The new Star Wars saga, Return of the Jedi, took in more than $12 million at movie theaters across the country. Part of the reason for the success of the Star Wars movies are its creatures like Chewbacca, R2-D2, the Yoda. And when producer George Lucas assembled his cast of creatures for Return of the Jedi, they had to do more than just look authentic. NBC's Man in Hollywood, Jim Brown, reports that they had to sound authentic as well.
Goodness gracious me. I don't know. Fly casual.
Having trouble understanding what's being said? Well, the Star Wars movies not only introduce us to an impressive array of aliens and creatures, but also to an inexhaustible supply of space languages.
What did I say?
The task of providing voices for Jedi aliens fell to Oscar-winning sound expert Ben Burtt. Burt's contribution to Jedi is massive. Not only did he cram the movie with audio special effects, he also created several new languages.
Originally, just to make sense for the actors and the director to evaluate what they were doing, the entire scenes were played in English. And then later on, our job was to substitute in Huttese, this imaginary language, for 3PO and for Jabba the Hutt. And you have both the technical problem of making it synchronize with the mouth movements of Jabba, as well as, and the more important problem, of dealing with it dramatically, making it a convincing performance that had a consistent character.
Welcome our mercenary friend and ask his price for the Wookiee.
There's always a foundation for each character. I think in the case of Jabba, we were thinking in terms of sort of a pirate from an old pirate movie, a Captain Kidd or a Long John Silver kind of idea. And we also added in a great deal of burps and slurps and things. We had recordings of just sort of moving your hands around in mud and suet. And this was used throughout Jabba every time he would open his mouth, and you'd hear this fluid, slurpy sound going at the same time. We tried to make him very repulsive.
Cut it out!
Working with the Ewoks, those teddy bear-like creatures who befriend the Rebel Alliance, was another problem.
There was no voice for the human character, such as Carrie Fisher here, to react to. She would just be playing the scene and imagining this character would be talking to her.
I promise I won't hurt you. Now come here. All right. You want something to eat?
This voice is a combination of a human voice and various animal sounds, which we've recorded also. With the Ewoks, with R2, which is even more an abstract case where it's electronic sound, our principal responsibility is to come up with a sound which will create a given emotional response in the audience.
Jim Brown, NBC News, Hollywood.